So I'm thinking about martial arts training. I've competed in martial arts, trained in martial arts, and I chose Taekwondo, and I achieved fourth degree black belt rank in Taekwondo, which has a fair degree of seniority, and so I spent many years training in Taekwondo. I can't remember details now due to a memory problem, but it must have been approaching 10 years, I would imagine. Maybe more, maybe less. But the point I want to make is that I think it is fairly essential for me to pass on to my kids. I have two children. Pass on to them the idea that they should acquire some martial arts skills. I'm not inclined to necessarily get them to take up Taekwondo or anything. It's not really an issue of what they train in for me. What I'm thinking is that what I want for them is to acquire the skills of combat. So it's not really that important to me what skills they acquire. I don't want them to do boxing, for example, because I think there's too much damage that they will sustain. So other than that, I'm happy to let them choose what way they want to go after trying different styles. So what I'm thinking is that where martial arts are concerned, what I want for my children is to basically get used to combat, to get used to the sensation and the environment of being attacked by someone. I want them to be comfortable and able to do something useful in a situation where someone is standing in front of them wanting to punch them or kick them or grab them or hurt them in some way. I want them to be familiar with that experience so that they won't freeze or go into shock when they're under attack. I want them to be familiar with what it means to have someone excuse me, to have someone standing in front of you wanting to do you harm. I want them to understand what that is and be able to think and do something useful in that situation. That's the main thing that I want to achieve for them. I want them to be able to handle being under attack, basically, and be able to do something useful to defend themselves. Because I think that's one of the major things about combat. I think most people are not used to having someone standing in front of them wanting to do them harm. And it will cause them to freeze and not think properly and be basically terrified. I want my children to understand threat in front of them and still be able to think and be rational and do something useful to help themselves. So I think that's the main thing I want to achieve for them. I want to help as much as I can so that they can be able to think and look after themselves effectively while being under attack. I don't want them to freeze and not know what to do. So I hope that can happen.